My name is Kenneth, and if you're just joining us, this is Overt Radio. This is the launch hour show time. We are broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos, in Lukwejo precisely. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, Overt Radio. Please tell your loved ones, tell your family members, tell your friends, tell your colleagues at work. Okay, today is a public holiday. Tell your colleagues that a new radio station has been birthed in Nigeria, in the city of Lagos though. A new radio station came on air in Lagos on Saturday the 27th of September 2025. So, earlier on, we played the full speech of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, reading out his achievement as the president of this country. And we appreciate, like I said earlier before the musical break, we appreciate the president for what he has done. We appreciate the ministers, the governors, and the senators in the National Assembly. Likewise, both the upper and the lower chamber, the green and the red chamber. We appreciate them for their efforts in ensuring that things work well for Nigerians. In ensuring that things work well for Nigerians and those who voted for them. Okay, quickly before. Okay, I introduced a story to us earlier. A story there was a developing story earlier today concerning Dangote and Pengassan. Concerning Dangote and Pengassan, their feud has been resolved. The crisis, the lingering crisis, the union crisis between Pengassan and Dangote has been resolved. It was resolved today following the intervention of the federal government and other stakeholders in the petroleum sector. So I'm here with Ibukun. Is still in the house. Though Ibukun, how are you?
Welcome. Yeah. I am Ibukun Shodipe.
All right, thanks for joining me, Ibukun. It's always lovely to have you by my side to help me trash this what we have in our hands. Okay. We during our news bulletins, we read to you that the strike between Pengassan and Dangote refinery was resolved. So we're going to be discussing more about that within the next 1 hour or within the next 45 minutes. We're going to be discussing more about that. What really transpired? Why Pengassan downtooled? Why Pengassan ordered their sisters agency in the oil sector to shut down gas supplies to Dangote, to shut down petroleum products to Dangote. So we're gonna be giving you inside story. We're gonna be giving you what really transpired. I know that you know. I know that you've heard. I know that you've read somewhere. To our listeners, we know that you've read somewhere that there was a strike between there was a strike in the petroleum sector between Pengassan and before it was Nupeng. After the Nupeng issue was resolved, Pengassan too came up with their own agitation, and we're going to be discussing more about that concerning Pengassan and Dangote. So on the 26th of September, if you go to Pengassan X account on the 26th of September, there was a press release that was issued by Pengassan. Let me read that to those of us who are listening to us. Okay, so let me read what they said so that we can have a better understanding of the strike that was just resolved. Okay, there's a press release. Condemnation of anti-labor practices by Dangote Refinery and ultimatum to reinstate Nigerian workers. The leadership of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan, expresses its profound outrage perpetrated by Dangote Refinery. We are deeply saddened to report the unjust termination of over 800 Nigerian workers whose dedication and service have been integral to the operations of this plant. Instead of valuing and retaining this workforce, management has chosen to replace these qualified Nigerians with over 2,000 Indian workers, many of whom lack valid immigration documents. This is one of the reasons why Pengasan went on strike on Monday. Remember, we told you in our previous bulletin, we reported to you that Pengasan went on strike. I think Ibukun, you did that report on Monday. Yeah, we did that report on Monday when Pengasan went on strike. Also, they are saying that this move, this is Pengasan stating, this move not only undermines the livelihood of our citizens, but also raises serious concerns about the integrity of labor practices and compliance with the Labor Act of Nigeria under Section 7 of the Labor Act, which prohibits discrimination and ensures the right to fair treatment in the workplace. The actions of Dangote Refinery are glaringly in violation of our labor laws. This is Pengasan stating. The dismissal of such a significant number of Nigerian workers without the consultation of any transparent justification contravenes the legal rights granted to all employees in Nigeria. So Pengasan said that we are not saying that you should not dismiss workers, but they said the dismissal of such significant amount of Nigerian workers without due consultation. So Dangote Refinery did not consult anybody. Dangote Refinery did not consult the Pengasan. They didn't consult the respective labor organization before they went ahead to fire over 800 families. You just told you told them to go. So this is
that is quite serious.
That's very serious. 800. Imagine sending back 800 people back to the labor.
I see that as a very red flag. It's a red flag. Seriously, because him taking that kind of decision is just I know. I see that as not being considerate, because that 800 workers, where do you want to put them to?
Despite the
their
lack
efforts,
of job, despite their efforts, they started this refinery with you just because they said that they want to belong to an association, just because they say that they want to belong.
They will lose trust in you because they'll feel like you don't consider them. That is it.
So that was why Pengasan said, and the worst part of it is that allegedly this is an allegation. So although Dangote didn't tell us that he went to hire the company, Dangote Refinery didn't tell Nigerians that, okay, I went to bring in 2,000 Indian expatriates. They didn't say that, but this was an allegation. We should be careful. This was an allegation by Pengasan.
Okay.
Yeah, so we must we must follow the guidelines. We must follow this was an allegation by Pengasan. According to Pengasan, Pengasan said that management, that is Dangote Refinery, has chosen to replace the 800 workers, the 800 Nigerian workers that were sacked, that were dismissed. Replace these qualified Nigerians with over 2,000 Indian workers. Imagine maybe a company. Imagine a company in the United States of America. Okay, let's just say Apple. Okay. In the United States of America, dismissed maybe 1,000 workers, 1,000 U.S. citizen workers, and after dismissing them, Apple now went to China to bring in more
double the number, double the number of those that they dismissed, what would you think what would be Trump's reaction? Because I know in terms of trade, in terms of trade, the United States of America and China, they are at loggerheads.
Yes.
So imagine that it has a gross violation of labor law.
Yes.
That's a gross violation. So this move, according to Pegasus, not only undermines livelihood of our citizens but also raises serious concerns about the integrity of labor practices and compliance with the Labor Act of Nigeria under Section 7 of the Labor Act, which prohibits discrimination and ensures the right of fair treatment in the workplace. The actions of Dangote Refinery are glaringly in violation of our labor laws. This dismissal of such significant number of Nigerian workers without due consultation on any transparent justification contravenes the legal right granted to all employees in Nigeria. Furthermore, we will not tolerate this blatant disregard for the rights of Nigerian workers, particularly in the light of the existing provisions under the Trade Union Act, which enshrines the right of workers to organize and join trade unions. The recent organization of these workers as members of Pegasus underscores their collective power and right to protection under the law. We emphasize that such actions illustrate a troubling trend towards the marginalization of Nigerian workers in favor of foreign labor, which we cannot and will not tolerate. The sacrifice and talent of our workforce deserves respect, and we demand accountability from employees who poses a social responsibility to the communities they operate in. Furthermore, we would be remiss to overlook the broader implications of Dangote Group's capitalistic pursuit. So they accuse Dangote of being capital, they accuse Dangote of the capitalistic pursuit beyond the confines of the refinery sector. Instances of exploitative practices have been reported in various sectors where the company maintains significant business interest. The relentless pursuit of profit at the expense of local talent, ethical employment practices, and community welfare is unacceptable, according to Pegasus. So the last paragraph of that statement says that we have scheduled an emergency National Executive Council meeting to direct the association on the way forward. We call on all Nigerians, therefore, to support this cause and to stand against the exploitation of our workforce by capitalists who seek to undermine our nation's priority for their profit. This slave labor of our brothers and sisters must not be tolerated or supported, as injury to one is injury to all. So this was the reason Pegasus gave for going on a strike, for Dangote, dismissing 800 staff, 800 of their members, and Dangote allegedly brought in 1,000. Brought in how many did they bring in again? I'm coming, please.
2,000.
Okay, brought in 2,000 Indian workers. Let me hear you.
Do you really think Dangote Refinery could have handled these engagements? Could have handled it differently, like apart from sacking 800 workers? Do you think he would have actually done it in another way?
Yes, because what they said Dangote did not consult. So I was expecting the petroleum company to first of all consult the respective labor unions, tell them and say, this is what I'm about to do. Okay, tell them this is how I want to operate.
Okay.
And this is what I'm about to do.
Okay.
So if Dangote if he had consulted Pegasus, and Pegasus would have responded, I think the situation would not have escalated to this.
What if you are in the same shoe with that? What would you have done?
What would I have done?
Yes.
Well, if I were in Dangote's shoes, if I were in Dangote shoes, like you asked me, because it's a very difficult thing to do. But if I were in Dangote shoes, if I really had the interest of these workers at heart, I would have done what is expected of me to do.
Then what is that?
I would have consulted the
Okay.
union first. I would have told them this is how I want to operate. I would have told them this is how I want to operate, and if they don't like it, I will still go, because there should be continuous dialogue with these people.
Yes.
Continuous dialogue. Keep on meeting with them, because at the end of the day, if the two parties agree, it is for the benefit of the association. It is for the benefit of the association, and it is also for the benefit of Dangote.
Yes.
But going ahead to outrightly, allegedly dismissing 800 workers is a no. Is a no for me. So we thank God that the strike has been called off. The strike was called off today. We did give that report in our previous bulletin. The federal government successfully brokered an agreement between the Pegasen and the management of Dangote Petroleum Refinery, leading to a decision to call off the association strike and redeploy disengaged workers of the refinery. So what we know at the moment is the reason why Pegasen called that strike off was that, according to reports now, was that Dangote is ready to recall those 800 Nigerian workers that were dismissed. Yeah, Dangote, according to the report, because that was one of their reasons why they called off that strike. So Dangote said that, okay, for peace to reign in Nigeria, since you want your members to belong to union, okay, I will bring them back so that there can be peace in that, because petroleum is very vital.
Do you really think
federal
government, they really acted fast, or are they neutral?
I thank you very much. I think because before the federal government could intervene, it took them like 2 days.
Yes. Yeah. Why?
I think they were watching to see what will happen. I think the federal government were watching if Pegasen really had that tenacity, really had that impetus, if Pegasen really had that audacity to go on a strike. So I believe that federal government, okay, let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. Because I know that they will come in one way or the other, but they wanted to see the level at which Pegasen will go, because Dangote is a billionaire. Dangote is a mover and shaker in the Nigerian petroleum sector. You understand?
Yes.
A multi-billion-dollar petroleum refinery. So they were, maybe FG, the federal government was like, can Pegasen really draw this thing? Can they really manage? Can they really pull this rope against Dangote? And Pegasen did, and it almost affected the sector. You understand? It crippled petroleum supplies across the country, because we started feeling the effect yesterday, not until federal government intervened. And one of the because during our dailies newspaper review this morning, we learned that those that entered into the negotiation table with Dangote and Pegasen was the National Security Advisor, the NSC. NSC. Okay, there are a whole lot of people that were engaged in that meeting.
The Minister of Finance
and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC), alongside representatives of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, the NNPCL, the leadership of the Trade Union Congress (TUC), and the President and Secretary General of Pegasen. So because if my guess is right, government was kind of watching to see how the elephants,
even now, let's bring the workers to place now.
Okay.
Do you think the workers can trust Dangote, or how can Dangote build the trust again with his workers?
Well, that is left for Dangote to resolve.
Okay, if you are in
Yeah.
if you are in the workers' shoe,
Yes.
will you accept redeployment?
of course I have no place to go. If I'm called back, that is a
since there is no cut of pay.
No, of course. I mean, I will if something like this happened to me, and I heard in the news that, okay, oh guy, you've been called back. Of course, I will gladly go back.
There's no job.
Of course, there's no job anywhere.
True.
I will gladly go. What are you saying? I will go back. Where else will I be employed? Who else will give me employment? So it is a good thing that the federal government intervened on Monday. They went on strike following the dismissal of 800 Nigerian workers from Dangote refinery. Why? Because they, according to reports, these workers that were disengaged, they wanted to be part of the union. They wanted to be part of the union that to protect their rights as Nigerian workers. So the strike, which was embarked upon on Monday, was called off today, the 1st of October 2025, which coincided with our 65th independence anniversary.
Yeah.
So once again, Nigerians, happy independence anniversary. So listeners, wherever you are listening to us from, you can join us on the conversation 070710275152. You can call us, or you can drop a message on our comment section on YouTube. You can comment on what we are discussing, so that we can have your say and have them read out to our viewers, our listeners on our streaming platform, Zeno ZENO.fm/radio/overt radio/. So do you have, Ibukun, is there anything, what else can we dig out from this developing story? Okay, we have somebody. Queen has joined us on Instagram.
Thanks
live.
for joining.
Yeah, Queen, thank you. Queen Leyu, thank you for joining us on Instagram. If you hear us, just give us a wave. Just give us a wave if you are hearing us, Queen. Just give us a wave at the moment and tell us the how clear the sound is at your end. I know you are watching us on Instagram. The voice might not be synchronized with the audio. The voice might not be synchronized with the movement due to the delay in internet connectivity. But we are glad you joined us, Queen, on Instagram.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us.
So I believe the private companies out there, they should learn something from what happened.
Yeah.
So what lesson do you really think they can learn from this dispute and resolution?
Well, I think this sound a clear message to private
Companies.
to private companies, to companies in the country. Send a clear message to those who feel that they can operate successfully in the country without involving the union. Okay, the union, they are the union in almighty Dangote. Yeah, the almighty Dangote. Who like this? Who born you? Who born you? They don't born you well.
Yes, so
you don't born you well. if Pengasen can pull down Dangote, can call Dangote to order, any other company wouldn't dare. So Lagos, we'll go on some musical break. By the time we return, we'll be wrapping things up at this hour. This is our lunchtime hour on Overt Radio. If you are just streaming with us, you can join us on Overt Radio on YouTube, on Overt Radio on TikTok, Overt Radio, Overt News NG on X, Overt News on Facebook page, and Overt News on Instagram. Please don't forget those handles. They are very, 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 very important to us. Don't forget. So you can also reach us on 070710275152, 070710275152. You can reach us, either call, SMS, or any other means that you want to reach us. So we'll go on some quick on some musical break. This is the 38 minutes gone past the hour of 3 o'clock. Today is the first day of October 2025. We are still celebrating Nigerians. See, by the way, I'm wearing white. You're not wearing white. There's nothing like white.
But there's a touch of green on my dress.
That green is not bright enough for me to see far away. That's for the jokes. All right, Lagos, please stay tuned as we go for this quick music for this music break. Thank you.
Thank you.
Overt, loud and clear.
Corruption to hit nation. Gbogbo ala live in desperation. Torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń bring medication. I need action kò ń ṣe prosecution. Fún ìfẹ́ pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà nínú nation. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ lè ṣe body vibration. Nàìjíríà mo ti di tọ́lọ́pàá máa sọ̀rọ̀ bára. Nítorí 20 naira wọ́n lè fi bá ìfàyà. Agbèrò máa fagídí gbà kálá lọ́wọ́ driver. Ẹ̀dín kankan ṣe sí ẹ̀yìn ìjọba yẹn kálá. Gbogbo owó tẹ́ ti gbé mi làwọn ọmọ yín máa bì. Ẹ̀dí bá ara lù ṣe ń pariwo ebi tó bá rí life títà líka ní.